Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a little bit of Endless Space 2. So I was going to do more Civilization, but then a bunch of updates and stuff like that came out for this game. So we're going to be doing a little bit of this instead, which is, fine. But in any event, let's go ahead and get this started to some extent here. Now, this is a game that I think does the genre pretty proud. It's a very, very decent game in terms of just the way it plays. I really like playing it, and the new updates to it do change it up just enough for me to think that, these are pretty good changes. I do like the way that they've changed it. One of the big ones, of course, is fighter bays. Now, these are not accessible right off the bat there. And what the fighters do, it's not really anything too spectacular. It's just another weapon in the game system. And, you don't necessarily need to have more weapons in a game like this, but having more options does always make it a little bit more interesting. The sort of dynamic between the weapons has been rebalanced a little bit. All the weapons are you're able to use all the weapons at all ranges now. You can see these torpedoes now. They've got 100% accuracy at long range. Medium range is only 50%, and then it's 25% at short range. So they're obviously better at certain ranges. Similar to these basic high eye slugs, they're no longer necessarily the best killers in the game. They're not 100% effective at any range. 85% effective at short range, 50% effective at medium range, and 10% at long range. But they have got that sort of flak ability. Their ability to damage squadrons, their ability to damage missiles, means that they're the counter weapon against those sorts of things. And their damage is decent, especially in the early game, making them a very good early game weapon. Basic plasma beams have been completely changed. They're now optimal at all ranges. They've got low damage per second there. This makes them a reliable weapon that you can use on ships at any distance, and they've got a decent critical chance. And similarly here, we got the opal lasers here. They're actually a mid-range weapon, which is awkward to use, actually, staying at that exactly middle range against most ship types, because most ships are going to either try to swing the longest distance away from you or going to try and swing the closer distance to you, and either of those is going to make it so that you're not firing optimally the entire time. The thing about these is their critical chance more than anything else. They're not my favorite weapon. I think they are the one that kind of needs a slight tweaking of some sort. I would say that they should be like 100% at medium and then 75% at long or something like that maybe. But all in all, like, the weapons triangle has been reworked a little bit, and that's just fine. There's nothing too spectacular about that. The last thing that they've really changed that I think is quite meaningful is that they've added something called a behemoth. You can see the tech here. It's actually, you can access it theoretically really early, but there's actually a quest that unlocks the techs for these guys. And this makes it so you can't just rush one, because these guys are what the Vodiani used to have. As you can see with the way that I was sort of upgrading this thing and changing it, these guys don't have as much as they used to have, the arcs. They're just nowhere near as powerful as they used to be. And that's fine. I think it was kind of cheesy the way that they worked before. I think this does leave the Vodiani a little bit too vulnerable to cheese in the early game, a little bit too vulnerable to pirates in the early game, but that's just sort of the direction that they've gone. Going to go ahead and grab those resources there, and we're actually going to also go ahead and build ourselves one of these. So yeah, we're just going to try and get ourselves to the point where I can bring out a carrier megaship and sort of show you guys how that sort of works there. And I think that right now a whole bunch of the games from these guys are on sale, and they make games that I really like. So if you're interested in these sorts of games as well, like I think Endless Legends on ridiculous sale, some of the DLC for Endless Legends out. There's a new one for them. It's just a faction pack though, so I'm not as interested in that. This one was a faction pack, but it also came with a few other things, which is the reason I picked it up. And yeah, no, it's just all in all going to be an interesting ride here. So let's go ahead and continue forth. We'll sally forth and see how things go. We've got a decent start here, except for the fact that we're jammed in a corner. So anyway, let's get our ships to continue moving. That's not useful. That's not useful at all. Alright, and we'll head up that way. We're going to have pirates like spawn right beside here because I can't get to anywhere else, aren't we? Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright, so we can now exploit titanium. That's why we're sort of getting these. Pirates? Where? Oh, nope. We're heading straight for a pirate right now. That is not ideal. Okay, well, good. Okay. Anyway, we'll get this guy to pop up here. Now, the way that we used to do this was we would get our arc. We would build an early arc, and the arc would basically just go and wipe out any pirates that came across. That's not really viable anymore because the arc is now so much weaker than it used to be at the start, so gonna have to do something else. Red Sang, not my favorite trade resource, honestly. And a Hyperium Intensifier module, that's actually really good. Alright, move you here, and we'll hit the next button. I have to be very careful at this juncture here, because I need to slip past these guys. Preferably with both of our ships, that would be lovely. Alright, so I think I'm not going to be able to, actually. Good. This is lovely. Alright, so let's go ahead and get food production here. I think that this is a really great perk. You just sort of get this on him, and then you sort of shuffle him around all the place. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our arc, so that we're getting more of the that stuff. And you... Alright. First two things here. Rich soil, that's good. No, that's not so good. Okay. Maybe I'll be able to get past them with this ship here, but this first one here is gonna... Since I can't see it, maybe I'll stop short of it, but I'm pretty sure I won't. It's, It's not good. Okay, so we've got the steps in front of us, I think, is what it said. Actually, was it arid or steps? I kind of want to get baryonic shielding, but, yeah, so this will reveal the large scale text there for that behemoth, but, what do we have here? Was it arid worlds or was it steppes? Yeah, it is steppes. Okay. So we're going to learn how to colonize those. That's down in machine bacteria. Then after that, we'll go ahead and get baryonic shielding, because I feel like, given where we are, there might be some stuff around us on the outside. I don't know, but hopefully that's the case, because we were surrounded by jack all, really. Okay, so this is what I was kind of worried about. I wish you could just stop in the middle of the lane here. Oh, we made it. Ugh. I hate having to do that. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and hit end turn here. Alright, one turn away from machine bacteria, which is great. Let's see where we end up with this one. Good, we're short here. And we can make this turn then. Or we could go straight. I think we'll go straight first. I don't need to... first contact's free. Let's go ahead and start improving our relation with these guys, maybe. What do these guys have? Machine trading, skilled in salvaging, plus 5% star system trade value on systems. We're probably not going to go for a huge trade empire as the Vadiani. They're not very good at it. Train a foreign core, though, could be pretty okay. I'm going to start praising them regardless, though. We'll just do the one for now, since that's all we can afford. And we're probably going to actually build a sort of a type of militarized scout vehicle. And what we can do with that is potentially take these guys out fairly early, rather than trying to wait for that. So we also want to sort of get a colony down there fairly fast. So we might, because I don't, like, there's nothing over here. We're in a corner or something like that, or whatever is going on. I don't really know, but... okay, so slip past you guys. It is nice for scouting, because I know exactly which direction I'm going. It's the only direction I'm allowed to go in. Hooray. Anyhow. Machine bacteria there. Okay, get that next one running for us. We'll get the Xeno-industrial infrastructure. And maybe even get the interplanetary transport network, because we've got strategic deposits on 2 of our planets that are colonized, so that would be 8%, I think. Plus, I think that'd be 9% bonus to production. We don't have that much production right now, though. 53 is not very high, so I guess we wait until we, got something to improve by percent. Come on, let's get past there. There we go. There we go. Okay, this looks like a dead end as well, actually. Well, let's study you anyhow. It's a ruin. Those are always really fantastic. Titanium enhancer module. I love that module. Okay. So I think we could actually make a fairly decent... We can make a half-decent sort of warship out of that, I think. I hope I can make past there. Okay. And we'll try to get you up here. So, yeah, we'll start building some warships after we get Zubin done with what it's doing here. And let's go ahead and build our first warship design for the wheel. It's probably the only one we're going to bother getting. Now, we've got only basics for all of these weapons here, so none of these are really that amazing or anything like that. So we are going to stick with just the basic kinetic weapon, probably. I feel like that's the most sort of responsible way to go about doing this. And against most of the early enemies, I find that the hull plating is the better option. And we can go ahead and augment this, though, with the titanium enhancer. And actually, we could even probably ignore... We could probably ignore the early problem of defense here, and instead just get the engine upgrade here. The titanium engine's probably fine. I think that this being 0 defense is probably okay. So yeah, we'll get like 4 of those or something like that, or even just probably 3 would be enough to take out Nell. And the thing is, I can't send an arc up there to win anymore. Like, it would go up there, it would get its ass kicked, and that would be the end of it. Which is kind of stupid in my opinion. I liked it when the arc was incredibly powerful. It gave the Vaudiani something to sort of aim for, because they're kind of weak without that. Alright, let's clip through here. Continue on with this whole sort of thing here. I'm just sending this guy over here because it's going to keep me close to Artemis without having to actually be in Artemis. Okay. 1 more turn for Zubin to get that, and 2 more turns, 1 more. Oh god, look at how close that is. Oh, that's just insulting. Anyway. So yeah, I have to do it this way. I find that if I do it the automatic way, it doesn't work properly. What the hell are these other ships doing here? Oh god, I did the wrong thing. Okay, well. I think there's someone else's fleet there now. Like someone else's quest fleet, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, well, either way. Over here in Zubin, let's go ahead and get 3 of these. It'll take us 3 turns to get it. That's fine. After that, we'll start working on this other stuff here. We'll even get the endless research parks, I think. Oh, look at the... like, if they had spillover for that, this would be a lot better. It'd be a lot less... It would hurt a lot less when you're losing all but 2 points worth of this stuff. God. Alright, so we're gonna probably try to send a fleet over to Nellen pretty soon, but, oh, there is apparently Horatio's. That's not good. Over here in Zubin, though, let's go ahead and create our arc. And again, these don't take any actual time to build. I forgot, let's, we want to upgrade this type, because when they're free, you might as well make them as good as possible. We'll go with the point defense. This will make it so that they're a little bit tougher to kill. The problem is that, like, these are pretty crappy systems that we're throwing on here. Still, let's go ahead and apply it. We're getting them for free either way, so might as well. And we have to actually go in and switch it to the Arc 3. So we'll be getting some more of those as time goes on. Okay, so... where did I even see a Horatio? I'm going to move you guys over to here so I can get to Artemis really quickly once we get this other stuff cleared. And, yeah, we'll have to colonize Atlas for now. Definitely want to emphasize religious, just in case I have to go to war early. By which I mean just beating the crap out of somebody who doesn't really deserve it without having to declare war on them. As is the Vaudiani way. Okay, we're out of dudes, but that's fine. We'll move our Implacable Crusade over to Atlas. We've got 1 more turn before we got enough of these ships done. Okay, so move you there, you guys there, and you guys up here. Alright. Variant shielding coming in, so we'll have some more stuff to explore potentially. Not that that really matters, I don't have any exploration stuff. Alright, so from here, let's go ahead and grab up the multi-thread management so I can accelerate production. I don't have any money though. I guess we'll get NOA Fusion first. Oops, someone else has got that. Fine. I don't need this. Let's get Anyway Fusion. This will let me actually replenish my manpower because my manpower is going to be shit for the rest of the game. That is just sort of the way of things. I don't manage my manpower very smartly. Alright, you guys created fleet. We'll have you guys sent up to Nalin as fast as possible. These guys might have scouted something. I don't know. I didn't click on that fast enough. Figure out if there was anything going on there. Oh, there is something to scan here, though. And that one's not that good. Increases, like, experience points of the fleet, I think, if I recall correctly. But not too important. Okay. Down here we're getting a decent foothold of things, but nothing too special. We're up to 120 on our essence now. I sometimes call it faith because I was playing Civ 5, but... Alright, we're going to confiscate, and this is going to give us a bunch of bonuses to our early character, which is useful. You can see that we were actually sieging that planet. Oops, I went the wrong way. I was going to go check out that other thing, but you know what? Looks like it loops back around, so that's fine. Okay. I don't have any repair modules or anything like that. It's gonna be suck. Anyway. Where do I have Transvine from? Oh, I think that was from Tech, maybe? Oh, it's from up there. Okay. Transvine's actually really good, so beating up Horatio would actually be quite good for me. Alright, let's go to our technology screen here. I don't necessarily need to get efficient shielding for a while, so we'll probably just ignore that for the time being. I want to get Eukaryotic Sap for the extra happiness. And after that, we probably go for PEP scale accelerators. I just want to be able to colonize quite a lot of stuff here. Not necessarily like right now or anything like that, but just generally quite soon. We'll go with this one first, since frankly speaking, we don't actually have that much population. That's just typical for the Vodiani. Alright, and we can get in our first fight here. So let's take a quick look potentially at this. Okay, I kind of need my health, so destroy here is going to be fine. And that's for one turn, so that's okay. So we could actually take a look at this. We're using weapons that require us to be up close and personal, and the hull plating, we don't have any armor or anything like that, so that has no real effect on us. But looks like our opponent's going to try and stick at medium range. So that probably means I think they've got lasers, and if I recall, this model has a laser and a machine gun, so kind of 50-50 on that. But either way, I just love watching the battles in this game. Like, it's one of the things that I really love about the way that this game has worked out. And it really is just an auto calculator for like any other game would have, but it's such a good looking auto calculator that just fits with what I want to see in space battles. Alright, so you can see like the spray of gunfire just whizzing past these guys because we've engaged from fairly long distance. We're firing at both of their ships, you can see, because we don't have a dedicated military ship, they don't focus fire. Our ship's taking some bad beatings here, but you know what? That should be fine. One of the ships is going to go down faster than the others, although might just have to do with luck. I mean, we have got that critical chance, 10%, which is pretty high, so we are getting some crits. 1 in every 10 shots, I guess. Yeah, definitely looking like we got the advantage in this particular conflict, even though we are taking a bit of damage. We're getting quite pounded, actually, with one of our ships. Oh, they're focus firing and I'm not. That's not good. One of the Prowlers is down, though. And both of them basically go down at essentially the same time. It would have been a lot less health that I would have lost if we had focus fired, but... Alright, cool. Yeah, one of them was down quite a lot of health, but that's fine. Alright, so I think by next turn they should have a little bit more health, if I recall how that works, but it's not going to be like they're gaining back a ton of health because I don't have the regeneration modules on my ships here, like I should. Now, the Horatios are probably screwing with whoever lives here, but we'll see what's over there anyway. Just about at a new settlement here, so we're going to send that up as well right away. Close that. Hard rocks, 50 titanium. 50% chance of creating major political crisis. Hey! Oh, there is someone trying to take Nellen. I am certain as hell not going to let you do that. Fortunately, we will be getting our own colony ship just about now, so that's good. Start working on those drone networks. Ooh, these guys. I actually really like this civilization, if I recall correctly. Yeah, VR amateurs plus 5 per stage unlocked in science and exploration quadrant of the system. Happiness is a good thing in this game. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of appraises there. I don't have a ton of stuff that can let me make these guys like me, but we'll try and still boost ahead of the Horatios if at all possible. Antimatter down there. Okay. Alright, so am I crushing this colony? I think so. I'll leave my ships there for a while, in fact, until that colony's dead. There we go. That didn't take long. Alright. So... we still haven't gotten the quest that unlocks the behemoth, but that's a guaranteed quest, essentially, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. I do kind of want to get the kinetic enhancer and the focused plasma, but actually all I want is the titanium A2S slugs. The other one's not too important. The other way I can go about it is getting the thing that lets me drop off way more troops. I think that's unstable isotope. But I don't need that either, really. Nope. Oh, what's this? Huh. I don't really care about that. Anyway, I think for now, let's go ahead and just not worry about that stuff. Let's get the multi-thread management. It'll unlock the intergalactic supermarket, which is actually a really powerful building. Looks like there's some more stuff to scan now. Adamantium. Okay, so that planet's just jumped up my priority list a little bit there. And we are... I thought I had more than that. Where did I lose my essence from? Well, either way. Close that for now. How are you guys doing for health here? Yeah, this guy's pretty badly off, but... we could just let it get blown up, potentially, but I feel like I want to send another ship up there. There's a couple ways I go about this, but I'm not too sure how I want to do it, in fact. I'm going to try sucking off Horatio a little bit there. I'm sure he'd enjoy it. He seems like the type. Anyway, do I just run in here and get killed? Like, that's kind of my question at this point in time. I don't feel like there's any real impetus to do it, but what I am going to do is get one more military ship from our capital. And that should just make this bulked up enough that I can sort of deal with this a little bit easier. Alright. Send our leecher up here. Start sucking on Horatio and his highly evolved teats. I'm assuming that's something that that crazy bastard would have done with his physiology after all this time. Anyway, so we'll create this unit. Send him up to meet up with these guys, and we'll have all those guys sort of get ready to go beat up some enemies. Okay, I kind of want to do something with our essence here, but I'm trying to figure out if there's anything that's just like 40 points, and there really isn't. So we're just going to end up losing a bunch of essence again, but that's fine. It's not really, but just going to have to be okay with it. Okay, so... Let's get to the evaporation inhibitors, I think. I could actually also really do with the autonomous materials for the Hawking radiation dowser. because we're in such a weird spot that actually this probably is one of those games where I need to get it. Alright, cordial with those guys now. Fantastic. Let's get you guys over to here, start scanning everything. Rich soil. Okay, really good stuff. And over here, we'll do a quick check actually. There might be another design for the Ark. Yeah, I've got more slots open now. We don't have access to the fighters just yet, but that will be soon. And I think we just go with ultra-dense slugs again. Actually, let's go with something a little bit more reliable. We'll go with the basic plasma beam on both. It's not necessarily that much damage, but at least it's guaranteed damage. And down here, we'll go ahead and grab... it's a long distance, so I kind of want to get a speed boost. But I think we'll just get Almost Provide again here. And then over here in Atlas, we're going to go with this here. There we go. And I really am going to want to boost our population, or our military garrisons or something like that. Anyway. There we go. So, what else do we have left on Zubin to colonize? Ice planets? Definitely could go for that. I could definitely also see myself getting both wonders on this planet here. 141 on our... I'm going to do this. The reason I'm doing this is because we'll get this really fast, and it'll boost our stuff here by enough at this point that we're going to get a big boost to our production. Yeah, our wheel... like, these are healing a little bit, so I'm not, like, completely getting screwed over by staying around here. Alright. A lot of random-ass ships over here. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, actually, I know what was happening there. That fleet, that system has their own fleet. Forgot about that. Alright. So, merge you guys together and send you off that away. Obviously, that one that just moved, not going to get very far. But, down here in Atlas, got ourselves our new Ark here. I'm going to send it up there as fast as possible. It's going to take a whopping 6 more turns. So that's lovely. By the time we get there, we're going to have another Ark, which is good. Alright, amicable, we can now go ahead and probably take a quest from these guys. Yeah, so we hit assist here and see what they want. Search the curiosity in the Atlas system when you're ready to sacrifice 100 bucks. Atlas. Where the hell is Atlas? Is that just... Alright. I'm going to go ahead and grab another Oculus here. I need more scouts anyway, because I need to start flinging out recon probes around the system, so we'll have that guy there and we'll sacrifice pretty much right away. Alright, I kind of want to watch this fight again. I just love watching the fights in this game. So we're, again, going to pick Turtle against these Prowlers here. Don't judge me. Alright. So this is probably going to be pretty quick on this. We'll try and get to the Behemoths, I think, in tomorrow's episode. I'm going to do 3 in a row over the free weekend. This is a free weekend, actually, for these games as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. So check them out if you find them at all interesting. I really love these games, and I really just love watching like these battles. Even though the camera isn't always perfect, it just feels like it's a proper sort of space brawl between like real space navy sort of things. Not real space navies, but like the kind of thing that you would see in a science fiction, science fantasy kind of thing there. Like a Star Trek or Expanse or Star Wars or whatever kind of thing. Maybe not Star Wars, because like the fighter combat's just not quite there yet. I think there's a little bit that could be done to make that a bit better, but it's still really good. I still really like it. You can see that their ships might actually take out that weakened one that I had, just because I had that one ship that was a little bit weaker than the others that they might be able to do. Oh, no, the Prowlers are probably going to blow up before my ship does. Ooh, that is real close. No, they got one of mine. They got one of mine. Those bastards. Alright, still got a decisive victory, and all we lost was a scout, so you know what, that's fine. Yeah, you know what, I'm okay with that. Anyway, hope you found this video enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.